Okay, so we're gonna start off with, I'm gonna go through the RTI presentation, but I'm gonna pass out your RTI folders first because in the other group, they didn't get a chance to look at them. The very first page should be the Brookwood Forest parent notification of where the students, what RTI they're in. We do not have RTI 1, RTI Watch, so it's either going to be RTI 2 or RTI 3. I did do the students that were on Watch. I did do a folder, but they're not going to have this form. This form, if you can please take it out and please send it home Thursday. If that's, you can send it home today, but if it's easier to send it home on Thursday, it needs to come back signed by the parent. I put my phone number there in case they have any information. If they need any information, they have any questions, either if they speak English or Spanish, they can call me. But what I do need is for you to put your email. If you do get an email and you need to refer them to me, you can refer them to me and I'll answer the email or call them as well. This form is very important because as of right now, yes, we can pull them, the ones that are RTI 3 and the dyslexia kids, but we really need to have on file the paper that says Brookwood Forest. Because as of right now, they have whatever school they were at last year. Okay? So I'm going to pass these out. Yeah. And let's see, Miss Miller.
Lay it on.
Hi. Tillman, Valenzuela. Yeah, some are all together and some are not. Miller. Jackson. Oh, is that the one we need to start? Okay. Hi. Okay, so by now you should have their electronic progress monitoring form. If you do not have it, once this is over, I'll sit with you and then we'll do one real quick. I'm going to go over a couple of things. Okay, so our RTI monitoring progress form is online. Yes, you can print it when you're doing your interventions, but in the form that needs to be turned in, it can't be on paper. It has to be electronic. So please make sure that we have the electronic form. We're going to do reading, math, and behavior. So, and we'll talk a little bit more about the behavior RTI and how that's going to look. The form, this right here that's in yellow, you can delete that. That's just an example. It does not have to be like this. That's just an example. Please make sure that you can do this weekly. This does not have to be daily. So because if you are seeing them for, and you're on this intervention on this book, and you're using the same book, and it took you 3 days to go through the interventions, you can do it weekly. You just need to tell me, either highlight or tell me what days that you saw them. You can erase Thursday, Friday, if you didn't see Thursday, Friday, if you saw Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they can be done weekly. Here we are. We're not doing tier 1 in the district. We're calling it watch. We're doing tier 2 and tier 3. Tier 2 should be 20 to 30 minutes in small group 3 times a week. And tier 3 should be 30 to 45 minutes 4 times a week. Now, this one, the 30 to 45 minutes, okay, that's going to be pull out, but I'm also sharing an RTI progress monitoring form because you still need to see them 4 times this week as well. Now, that might be in your reading group. If they're in the certain reading group, it's not the skill based. If they're being pulled for RTI 3, I'm going to do the specific skill based. This one here should be when you're seeing your reading groups or with your math groups.
It's like you're still doing tier 2 and you're doing tier 3 because the kids that are in tier 3.
Yes. Yes. We still need the progress monitoring forms for both if they're tier 3. Mine and yours. So at the end of the 9 weeks, we should have 24 sessions for tier 2 and a total of 40 sessions for tier 3. Okay. Okay, so grades that are going to be coming up for the first 9 weeks, please, our goal is to do care team meetings week 8. So by then, let's see if we can have already, for second grade, we don't have NS and we have actual grades, right? Okay, good. So please make sure that you have, tied all loose ends, and that grade for week 8 is a true reflection of what's going to be on the report card. If you say, I'm not ready, or, let's wait for week 9, we can do that. But that grade on week 8 should reflect what we're going to see on the report card.
For the care team kids.
For the care team meeting. Yes, I'm sorry. For the care team meeting, when we get together, their grades need to reflect their deficit, whatever they're failing in. Okay? And that goes for reading, math, and behavior. So for behavior, let's not give them an E, at the end of the 9 weeks, because, if we're going to put them in an RTI 2 and RTI behavior plan. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go over some resources that the district compiled, and they're going to be at the end, and we can look through some. I believe that a lot of the things that they compiled are really, really good, so you can use them. They want you to look for TEAC-based more than just getting something off of Teachers Pay Teachers. Make sure that it matches a TEAC, okay? All right, this group. We have some RTI 2 dyslexia screener students, okay? I have some in Ms. Valenzuela's class. Those students are RTI 2, okay? Now, they're RTI 2, and I'm going to do the 8-week intervention program that the district wants us to do with them. I will be pulling them out even though they're not RTI 3. I will be pulling them out for RTI 2, and you do not have to do the teacher interventions. Okay? I'll repeat that. You do not have to do the tier 2 progress monitoring tier interventions. What we want is to have the 8-week program, and then from there, if we see there's a problem, then we start the tiers. Now, if you see something and you say, well, I want to go ahead and I want to start the interventions, you can, but you're not required. Okay? Yes.
Okay, so I have a little boy in my classroom. His mother told me with the parent night that she believes her son is
Mm-hmm.
dyslexia, and she wants him to be tested.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they can have a parent request.
Yes.
Yes, so she has contacted me twice, and I told her we have not had the meeting yet, and that
Just put a letter, put it in
for hang
writing.
on.
Yes.
Requesting it or
Yeah.
emailing.
And we were also told that it can be verbal. Yes.
Okay,
It can be verbal. We just need to write it down
okay.
the day that she told you
Mhm.
and give me the name of the student and we start the referral process. We need the name, the date, the time and that's when we have 15 days to get everything ready, send them to get the vision and hearing testing and all that. But we really only have like 5 to 6 days because it's 15 days total.
Okay.
I have to take the packet to the,
Can I email you this?
Yes.
You know that day today.
yeah.
So go back to birthday
We'll
school.
get 15 days.
Yeah. All right, so behavior, if there is a, RTI 2, RTI 3 behavior, we need to sit down, we need to meet, you and me both, so we can come up with a plan.
Does the behavior have to affect their, behavior affect them academically?
It might.
Because we're this care team, I just wondered if it has to be having an impact on academics.
It doesn't have to.
But most behaviors do affect.
Well, most of them would probably.
Yeah.
Because special ed will say, well, maybe, if there's no impact on his grades, so there's really no need for any.
Testing. But I was told if that's the case, they're looking at, well, the RTI 2 or 3 is behavior. So, yeah, maybe academically he's fine, but that's not the problem. But that's most cases, it is going to be tied in with their.
So my behavior child, he is very smart. He just can't happen.
So we'll just do an RTI behavior progress monitoring form. We still have to do the other form, but as far as reporting weekly, okay? But you and I can sit down and set up, how do you want to progress monitor daily? So do you want to use a chart? Do you want to use Dojo? Do you want to use a percentage on Dojo? Do you want to use a chart where he fills it out, you fill it out? Do you want? So we would need to sit down and maybe tomorrow on the student that.
Ms. Tillman and I share him.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so, I'm gonna talk to her about what we need to do, and then if I can meet with you tomorrow.
Because we need to customize it to what y'all are doing. Okay. If you have a student that you want to put on watch, you let me know. I will send you the form, and we can start putting them on watch. Like we are supposed to have a care team meeting a week before report cards, so that please make sure that we can start the process. We can talk about it. We can start getting the form. You can start with the progress monitoring form, and we can start getting the students' work. Please make sure that you're either making a copy or holding on to the original. So when we come to care team, we have work samples for them. Okay, so resources. You may, I'm sharing my A to Z that's my username, and that's my password. Please make sure you capitalize B for bingo. We're gonna go over Easy CBM for tracking fluency, and you can do that. It's a free program, and you can track in reading and math. What it doesn't have Spanish, but they're supposed to have a Spanish component starting in November, so we're keeping an eye out for that. Here are some more resources. The district compiled these resources, and they're very good. You have some that like intervention lessons for teachers. You can actually click on tier 2 or tier 3, and they're 2 different lessons. It's great resources that they have. Let's do the Easy CBM real quick. So Easy CBM is a progress monitoring that you create a list. You don't have to do all your students. It could be just the ones that you want to target. And then you go here where it says measures, and then you choose your grade level. So if this is 2nd grade, all right, so we can start here with word reading fluency, reading passages. If they are not at a 2nd grade level, you go to whatever level they're at. Letter sounds, letter names, segmenting, so you can customize it to however you want to, whatever you're targeting with the student. So on 2nd grade, it starts with reading fluency. This is their copy, and these are the words, okay? And here is your copy where you're tracking. You give them 60 seconds, and you see how many words they can read. Then, once you have this complete, you can enter the student scores. So on this one here, it's on the incorrect button. So let's say, he got this one incorrect, this one, and in 60 seconds, this was the last one. You save it. Save. And then you go to reports. And it should have their report on, why is it not letting me see my reports? I did save. Reports.
Export.
No, that's like, that's not that's just like their data. Oh, here we go. It's at the bottom. All right, so this one, I just clicked on one. So if you want to do it weekly, you want to do it bi-weekly, whenever you do the monitoring, it'll tell you the date, and then it'll tell you, okay, it'll show you the weeks that we have. So this is week 1, and it'll start tracking week 1, week 2, and you can start seeing, is the student doing better, or is the student not doing better? This one here also tracks it, so it'll have where, it's a good way to track fluency. You can just print this out and have it, and we can bring it to care team and say, I've been working with this. This is what we need to work on. This is not working.
Have something to show parents and clients to be able to see a visual.
Yeah, it's great for for parents. It's great. It's a great tool, and it's free. Now, as soon as we get the Spanish one, I will let when the Spanish comes out, I'll let you know. They also have it for math, so you can do reading or math. So number operations. So, and if you want to, if the math one, that's up to you. That's what our math looks like. So we got to be careful with that one.
They're behind, they may be in first
Yeah.
grade.
Yeah, and that's the same thing too. You can always go back.
And you said this is free?
Yes.
Okay, I'm on the website and it says $39.99 per year.
Now, you can do
That's for something
if
different?
you can, yeah. That's for the deluxe. You want to do
Oh, the
light.
light.
Yeah.
Oh,
The deluxe.
Deluxe is like if we're gonna get like a grade level.
Get all the extras.
Okay, this might be a silly question. So back at the reading part, did it say that there were reading passages?
Yes.
Okay, so do they have comprehension questions with that? Could we take some of that and use it as a test for our reading class?
I don't see why not. What do you think, Ms. King?
Why not?
Another resource.
Yeah, this is another resource.
So it doesn't come with questions though.
Oh, it does.
No, because
There's a
this
comprehensive
is
section.
just fluency.
Oh.
There's
this
a
is to
section for
track
comprehension,
fluency.
I think I saw.
Yeah, this is
Fluency, but then there's comprehension right there. I don't know.
oh, it does. Well, there you go.
What is the?
I don't know, are these? Yeah, we would need to sit down and see, okay, is this, the kind of questions that we are we should ask?
Have to take a grade.
Do you know if they're
Grade on it,
teak
this
based or if it
This is
goes-
not, no,
So what
it's
would-
not.
what's considered like qualified material teach-based? Like what kind of resources?
So if you can match the TEK to, like on this one,
Questions?
we can match the TEK to the fluency. We didn't go over, as far as our department, we did not go over the comprehension.
Okay.
We they rolled it out as this is for fluency, not for comprehension. That's why we didn't even look at the comprehension questions. Now, if
That's the first one.
what they don't want is, okay, you buy a kit from, the thing that they want for teachers to move away from is you buy a kit from Teachers Pay Teachers, and then it has nothing to do with the TEKs that you're working on. So with the fluency, we can match the TEK to the fluency. But I would have to sit down and read these questions and see if they ask at the same level and compare them to the second grade TEKs as far as their comprehension
Take a
tests.
grade.
To take a grade. So, because another thing, if you're working on main idea or summaries, and it asks them other questions that are not main idea and summary, and that's what you're working on, or you're working on identifying the main characters, and it asks about the main idea, and you haven't covered the main idea, then it's not a good assessment.
We could make the question.
But you can make the questions. Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
And, or there might be some questions that are good and you can use those. So just be careful as far as the comprehension parts. Okay, all right. So now we're gonna look into your forms, your folders. And if they have the form that says Brookwood Forest, please take it out. That's the one that needs to be signed. The rest of the folder is any information that I got from the previous school. So if you have any questions, if you have any, you want us to talk about something, we can do that. How we determine what tier they are is whatever tier they ended in last year. So if they were at a tier 2, but they recommended tier 3, we would move tier 3 based on the first report card.
Okay, this is gonna be a silly question. This is my first year in Texas, so I'm not really, I'm church party. Okay, so